Now, a while back, Nancy Pelosi comes out and says the CIA wasn't entirely truthful with me. In fact, at times they lied to us in their presentations of what they were doing with waterboarding and enhanced interrogation techniques. And I thought this was the most reasonable thing in the world. I'm not at all surprised that the CIA is not entirely truthful with Congress. Who's surprised by that? Well, it turns out the Republicans are. And they said at the time, how dare Pelosi say this? The good people at the CIA working to keep us safe. She denigrated the CIA. How dare she? Needs to apologize right away. Otherwise, she needs to come up with information telling us how they lied. But actually, of course, she can't come up with that, right? So that's what they claim. Now, of course, at the time, we shared you all the quotes of the Republicans who were like, oh, the CIA sucks, when they were giving intelligence on Iran that they didn't like, and also when they wanted to conveniently blame them for the Iraq war. So that's when they thought denigrating the CIA made sense. But anyway, get beyond that hypocrisy. These idiots keep coming up every once in a while and giving speeches. To this day, they say, we demand to know where Pelosi has information about CIA lying. If she doesn't have it, she needs to apologize, right? And Pelosi, a while back, said, look, I've said my last word on it. We're not going to go back to that issue. So, well, they goaded and they goaded and they goaded. And now we find out that the CIA had, in fact, lied. How do we know? They told us. CIA Director Leon Panetta, apparently he was not even aware until June 23rd. People at the CIA underneath him came and said, you know, Mr. Director, there's something you should probably know. We've been running a secret program since September 11th that we didn't really tell Congress about. He's like, ugh, what are you doing? He's like, I'm the CIA director. You got to tell me that earlier. I've been on the job for many months now. So then he's got to go and, of course, do the right thing, do the legal thing, and go and tell Congress. So the Republicans are like, aha, the CIA is here. Go ahead, tell them how Pelosi was lying. He's like, not really. I'm going to tell you the opposite. It turns out we were lying. Now, what they were lying about is an open question. It's not necessarily the same thing that Pelosi was referring to about the waterboarding. In fact, it's probably not, on this specific issue, not related to that, because they say that the waterboarding ended at some point, you know, people have different dates on it, but many, many years ago, okay? Now, this program apparently continued until very recently. So it's a different program, okay? Now, but at the same time, does it go to show on the issue of the CIA lying to Congress? Is it possible? Of course it's possible. And I love that the Republicans dug it up to some degree. I don't know if it was related to the people underneath Panetta at the CIA going, okay, we got to tell folks about this, okay? They're agitating about what we've been lying to Congress about, and we've been lying to Congress about this one. That's for damn sure. Now, what is it? What's this super secret program that they couldn't even tell the CIA director about after Panetta took office? And that they couldn't tell Congress about, that they broke laws not to tell Congress about? Well, we don't know yet. It is still highly classified. First, Panetta sent a letter to the members of that intelligence committee saying, our bad, we did lie about it, and he launched an internal investigation to find out exactly how it was conducted, who ordered it, and what they did with it. The top theory at this point is that it is the executive assassination ring that Cy Hirsch referred to in a speech back in March. So, but at the time, that seemed like a bridge too far. And at the time, I even said, like, executive assassination ring. Sounds kind of messed up, right? And I cautioned, he hasn't written it down yet. He mentioned it in passing in his speech, but he doesn't have all the sources lined up enough to write an article on, right? So, note of caution. Now, and this might not be it, but it looks like there are a couple of clues in that direction. And the timing fits, the fact that they wouldn't tell Congress fits, and several other pieces of evidence lead us in that direction. Now, don't put your money on it yet. We won't know until, you know, it becomes public or there is a definitive story about it citing specific sources. But so what is the executive assassination ring? Sounds pretty bad, right? Well, the CIA came up with this program, if Cy Hirsch is right, that, and of course Cy Hirsch gets this from his sources, that they would go into certain countries. They would not tell the Secretary of Defense. They would not tell the Secretary of State. They would not tell our diplomats in that country. They would go in and simply assassinate someone. They would remove them and get out of the country. So you can see how this could be a little problematic. Okay. Now I'm hoping at least, that they at least remove the right guys, meaning Al-Qaeda guys, Taliban guys, I don't know, people they thought were Al-Qaeda. Now we know from the illegal detentions that the CIA did throughout the Bush administration that they got the wrong guy a lot of times. The guy from Canada who they snatched up and then realized, oops, it's the wrong guy with a similar name. The guy from Germany, they did the same thing to. Then they drop him off in Kosovo and they're like, yeah, our bad. And then they run away. So I hope they didn't assassinate any of the wrong guys, right? But either way you slice it, you got to run this by somebody, right? So wait, did the CIA go rogue and they just did this on their own? They thought, I'm going to make an executive decision. No, somebody had to be in charge. Who was in charge? Who do you think? Dick Cheney. Now, get a load of how unbelievably illegal that is. Where the vice president, who actually officially has no power whatsoever, is running an executive assassination ring that sidesteps the president, the defense secretary, and the State Department. It is beyond illegal. What we do know now definitively is the CIA has admitted, yes, we were running a program that was way out of bounds that we lied to Congress about. And we're going to do an internal investigation, and we might or might not tell you what that investigation brings forward later.
Watch the live show at theyoungturks.com.